and its bay have existed as undeveloped and globally marginal localities until the 18th century, when the imperial Habsburg decree jump-started progress and the emergence of an important industrial port emporium. The rather simple motive behind this was that Vienna, in truth a bit too late, realized that empires aspiring to gravitas needed their sea, maritime sector and related manufacturing. The decision to select Rijeka as the location was based on its immediate access to deep sea and abundance of drinkable water. These made Rijeka a perfect place for the maritimization of a previously dominantly continental monarchy. This development, overseen remotely from Vienna and Budapest, involved enormous investments and radical spatial interventions, wherein the complex infrastructure took first, second and third place. The citizens were assigned a single function, acting as the service providers for the new infrastructure. Over the energetic 50 years, the city's coastal belt was transformed beyond recognition, becoming technologically intense and globally connected as the following facilities emerged. Port with massive warehouses, along with a railway system connecting Rijeka to Vienna and Budapest. Quarries, providing material for heaping up the new ground and building breakwaters. Shipyard that constructed famous ships. The largest state-owned oil refinery. The first and globally unique factory that produced torpedo, an invention born in Rijeka. By the end of this era, at the time of World War I, the complete coast of Rijeka was serving the various needs of industry and port. Rijeka continued to ride the same wave after World War II, when it proudly bore the title of the largest Yugoslav port. For almost 300 years, the spirit of the city dwelt in cranes, chimneys, piers, and endless warehouses. With the arrival of the 1990s, Rijeka, for the first time, became deprived of its principal fuel, a strong ambition of a large state. The forces of war and transition economy, as well as the trend of mass deindustrialization that was sweeping across the West, began shutting down Rijeka's plants and facilities one by one. Tens of thousands lose their jobs, while the city loses its spirit, sense, and identity. The advent of containerization radically changes the sense of the port. Empty facilities become architectural corpses, places of nostalgia and a nuisance for the new life and new work that the city hopes for and which it undoubtedly needs. In the time of its first ever rule of democracy, Rijeka gains the opportunity to create its destiny from the inside as well, through the power of citizens' political will. The public invokes the development of tourism and coastal urbanistic solutions as the basis of the new economy and new way of life. We see the emergence of concepts such as a city of pleasant living, accompanied by citizens' participation and pluralism of ideas, something that was not possible during the eras that historically built Rijeka, namely Habsburg imperialism, Yugoslav monarchism, Italian fascism, and domestic communism. Mololongo, the spine of Rijeka port, is now open to citizens in the form of 2 kilometers long promenade. The only ships that this pier welcomes today are cruisers, tourist sailing boats, and soon to be renovated Tito's Galeb, which will become a museum ship. The old port basin became a place for regattas, home to large yachts, the first ship hotel, and the site of numerous events that culminated in a festive opening of Rijeka 2020, European Capital of Culture. The beach life was enriched with bars that, in a manner of rather atypical for Croatia, act as the hubs of independent culture, jazz, alternative and off scenes. Large investments such as the Kantrida pool complex and nearby Hilton have altered the dynamics of Rijeka's western coast, the image of the city, as well as its collective self-understanding. Tourism, once invoked almost unisonally, began to show its true face. Over the last decade, the number of tourist visits to the city nearly quadrupled. This fact prompted many to caution how to evade traps that many other Croatian cities fell victim to. The projects continuing to revitalize the city coast have to find their path through these dilemmas. The works at construing Rijeka Marina at the very city center are commencing as we speak. A range of warehouses and port spaces have been demolished to make space for the new bus terminal, while the rapidly emerging new container terminal assigned a technological function to a part of the legendary Metropolis warehouse. The project of the new football stadium at the mythical quarry location causes multiple clashes of conceptions between the green opponents of Dubaization, football fanatics, and aficionados of development and construction at any price whatsoever. Battles are fought over the development of the area surrounding the ex-children's hospital, again between the defenders of public spaces and promoters of further touristification. Can we imagine the storms that will be raised over planning the future of the largest post-industrial territories? Torpedo, Metropolis, oil refinery, Delta, the thing is, the biggest part of the coastal belt, once occupied by industry, still awaits a new life, its spatial potential being one of the most valuable Rijeka's and Croatian national resources. Unlike many other cities, Rijeka definitely does not lack attractive space. However, it does lack methodology, new ideas, investment, and, most of all, new residents. You are all invited to become a part of Rijeka's future.